ghost, can't shake me out the road. Can't match me in one of a kind. I was, I am, and will be the phantom of the past. The phantom of the past. Phantom of the past.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Silverstone. I held that out for way too long because some idiot decided to take an hour to load in. Thank you, some idiot. We are here in Silverstone for the F1 Rapid Racers qualifying session. I'm going to need a drink of water after that, but you know what? Whatever. Everyone is getting set and ready for today's race. It's looking for a banger. Our usual top runners of Danny Merrick, Foten, and Alan T looking ready. As we can start to hear all the cars rev up in the background and get ready to go racing. As Monster panic in Ferrari right now as they're getting on top of Monster's situation, but we're gonna go on board with Alan T. Go soon. But Alan's gonna take us around a lap of Silverstone. So in that little divot of Monster back. Divot, but Silverstone lap is brought to you today by Alan T. So we're going to go on board with him as he goes around the track. Big overtaking spot right here. This is Brooklyn's loves this track. Fast right-hander into Cops Corner right here. You're going to see a lot of moves. Not that many. A lot of time will be lost and made up here in the Magus Beckett's Chapel complex. One of the best complex turns in all of Formula 1. And then we'll open up DRS on the hanger straight. Gear change for him as he goes into the snow. Providence trading a lot of room in front of the cars in front of him. Alright, final two corners of Vale and Club. On the edge of the Club, and here we go. Out of the break and back in qualifying for round 7 of the F1 Rapid Racers. Hey, voice a little louder. Okay, thank you. For the F1 Rapid Racers, round 7, Silverstone Grand Prix. Alan T coming out of arena and down into Brooklands. Through left field, gaining really fast on the Ferrari. Thank you, Mana. As Monster is still having a bit of connection problems as they disappeared in front of Alan T. So we'll have a little bit discussion on that. Alan T running through Magus Beckett's Chapel. Right there, you see his teammate of Foten in the background. As Merrick sets the fastest lap so far of a 1:27.052. As Alan goes really wide. Alan, the defending champion of the F1 Rapid Racers League. He's looking in third place right now in the championship. Formula Danny won last race. As Alan does not get the pole, he sits in second place with a 1:27.255. As Formula Danny also does not get the pole, he sets a 1:27.068. Assassin also sets a 1:27.484. See his Ferrari just cruising down the left field, approaching the pits right there. Gearx hops into third place in his McLaren, going really slow out of arena. But it is his in-lap, and we are going to be looking on to one of our new racers, Silent Ace, in the Force India, sitting in the draft. I believe, yes, he's in Magus Beckett's Chapel. Don't know who that Ferrari is. Maybe Assassin, as he lets him through. Coming out of Chapel right now into the Hangar Straight. Around Stowe. As Merrick sets a new fastest lap of 1:26.975. He's just continuing to improve on each and every lap. As Monster is back in. And around the final corner of Club. Across the line. Sits in 12th place. Alright. We have one driver who has not qualified, and he is in the pits. Foten. See, only one in hot water, along with Monster, who has been having a bit of connection issues, but it looks like he will be getting his lap in. But currently, your fastest driver is Merrick. The Haas boys, 1-2. Sitting pretty, locking out the first row so far. As Merrick stays out. Oh, wait. Yep. That was Woodcough, not the actual start straight. Merrick on his in-lap did 2 laps, so if he doesn't improve, he will be starting on pretty worn tires. Don't know how that will help his strategy, but will help his teammate Formula Danny, who's in the pits right now. Looks like he has run out of fuel and is going into the pits right now. Well, he's gone ghost. As Monster has come out onto his outlap. So we're going to be following Monster while everyone is in the pits getting minor setup changes. I'm waiting for their optimum time. We got a yellow flag in sector 2 and 3. Don't know who that is for. We're on board with Monster as he's coming out of Woodcough, left field, and into Woodcough. Down the old start-finish straight. Hard right-hander in Cops. And now it's a Magus Beckett's Chapel, where he gains and loses a lot of times, but currently this is just his outlap, so he's just warming up his tires. Monster running his all-black helmet. I had to talk to Monster about his helmet choices. He plays it first person, so he doesn't really see the importance of decorating his helmet if he doesn't get to see it, so that's why his helmet's always black. Alright. Monster finding the ultimate time to slam on the throttle, and here he goes, out of Club and onto his flying lap. Into Abbey. Farm. Good lines into Arena. Going to see a lot of moves here in the race. Car sliding out just a little bit on the exit there, but he is keeping it in line. Approaching Brooklyn's gonna maybe see some moves in the braking zone during the race. Optimum area to watch. Going a little bit wide in left field, but it's keeping in line way wide on the exit and out of Woodcock. Through Cops once again, approaching sliver of traffic. I believe that is one of the Haas cars. It is a Haas car. Don't know who it was. Oh, getting really loose in Beckett's, I believe. Hitting the grass in Chapel. But he is going good. Sitting in that Toro Rosso's wake and then throwing himself out really wide into Stowe. Trying to get as much top line speed as he can on his flying lap. Open to lock up the brakes. Out of club. And across the line, and Monster sets himself. Not a lap. I guess he must have got invalidated. Tough break for Monster. But we're going to go on board with Formula Danny. He is sitting in second place. Very, very close to pole. Less than 0.1 seconds behind his teammate. Can he close that gap? Formula Danny, one of the fastest drivers in the entire F1 2017 world. In the world, he is in the pro draft for the actual eSport events, but he is currently charging up the leaderboards in the Rapid Racers League. Formula Danny, defending champion, as Foten smashes the pole time by 0.2 seconds. Foten's been out of the spotlight for a long time. He's now coming back in. Also our youngest competitor, I believe 15, and he's out of fuel. Nice shot. So on board with Danny once again. Danny has won the last 3 races, I believe. But certainly last race where he started in last place, passed everybody up, and then won the race in Canada. So, oh my goodness, that is... As he sets a new fastest lap, 126.650. Amazing lap. I believe there was a Toro Rosso in the wall. I don't know how he got there. But amazing lap from Formula Danny. We're going to go on board with his teammate Merrick. So he comes out of Abbey. I believe this is Arena, so he may have just come across the line. Did not improve his time just by a little... No, he did jump. Holy crap, he's 0.02 seconds behind his teammate as we are out of time. So it's going to be a fight for Merrick and Danny. I believe Merrick is going for this pole time, and he's not slowing down. He did run 2 qualifying laps on 2 different tires, so he might go for another one right here. Down the old start-finish line. Into Cobbs. Everyone's retiring. Danny's not trying for another lap. Foten's not trying for another lap. Allen T's come across the line. Magus Beckett's Chapel. And down the Hanger Straight with DRS wide open. As Garrix comes out of nowhere and takes the new pole of a 126.02 seconds once again. Last corner for Merrick. Where will he be? Will it be pole? Will it be second? Will it be third? It's gonna be third. But Garrix coming out of nowhere and taking pole from right out of everyone's noses. Well done for Garrix right there. Sending the 126.630. Ladies and gentlemen, your pole sitter, Garrix. Giant from McLaren. The boys in Woking are going crazy as here are qualifying results and starting grid is Garrix, Danny, Merrick, Photon, Alan T, Assassin, Sillymonger, Monster, Fluffy Dave, Dave Gaming, Silent Ace, Some Idiot, Tolga, Fez, and Ava at the rear. Well, after a qualifying session like that, I am certainly excited to see what happens. Oh, everyone in the top 7 is half a second within each other, so anything can happen in Silverstone. And I'll see you there. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the bright and beautiful Silverstone. Wait, it's not raining? Huh. For once in a while, it doesn't rain in the UK. After a little bit of banter, we are excited and ready for all the drivers to come out of the pit boxes and onto the formation lap in today's Grand Prix. I hope you guys are ready. As we have our first-time pole sitter, I believe, of Garrick sitting on pole in his McLaren. Garrick's, haven't seen a lot of him, haven't really seen him on pole anytime, but he must love Silverstone. So he is someone to look forward to. Everyone is starting on the super soft tires except for Silent Ace and Tolga. They're looking for a little bit of a overcut thing. But someone who's looking to continue his masterful driving is Formula Danny. Formula Danny has won multiple races in a row, came all the way from last place to victory in Canada. That is a race to watch if you're a Formula Danny fan. Merrick sitting in 3rd place, the teammate of Formula Danny. Oh, ghosting issue right now as Fulton just drives past him. Peace, bro. Speaking of Fulton, one of the youngest drivers in our field at, I believe, 15. Happy birthday, man. Sitting in 4th place on today's grid. He has to let... Oh, there he goes. His teammate, Alan T, both Mercedes, sitting in 4th and 5th. Alan, the defending champion, is trying to get his crown back, and he's looking to do that in today's race. It's Assassin in the Ferrari, sitting in 6th place with Sillymonger in 7th. Nice helmet designed by Sillymonger. I'm digging that. Monster with the all-black helmet in 8th place. All teams is sitting next to each other, so everyone is on a real good level. Fluffy Dave sitting in 9th place with special guests. In today's race is Dave Gaming, riding full-on train style with that Force India, as we are lining up the grid right now. Just a little heads up to anyone in Twitch chat. If you want me to follow anyone or any battle during the race, just let me know by typing in chat. So we are 1 light, 2 light, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and here we go! As we got a few jump starts already. A lot of people getting it a little bit antsy on the grid as Garrick gets a really good start. What the hell is my camera doing? But Danny's going around the outside. They're going to go side by side into Arena. Danny's on the inside. He gets the overtake of this. But does Garrick get the switchback? Garrick's now on the inside. Does he have the better exit? It's Danny. It's Garrick. It's Danny. Danny has the overtake done out of the first corner as Garrick is now going to fight. As Danny goes around the inside, trying to close the door, but Garrick is going around the outside. Now it's the inside in left field. It's a battle for first. Look out for Fulton in the right behind. But Garrick retains his lead after that in Woodcough. Danny trying to get around Garrick in any way as possible. He's looking towards the inside. Just maybe looking for this closing gap right here in Maggots Beckett Chapel. Not a lot of movements. Everyone's staying in the same spot. Down the hanger straight. Will there be a move? Oh, there's Sully Monitor diving down the inside of, I believe that's Alan T. Yes, it is for 6th place. Background. Fullman and Danny trying to close that gap. It's like make a move. A little bit of smoke coming out of Garrett's car as he's cutting that corner. Some idiot jogs into the pits. I believe Fez is also in the pits. Yes, they do. They have to serve their drive-through penalty for the jump start. On board with Danny, looking for a way around, going for the inside move in arena. No, he does not. Garrett's defending that beautifully. Garrett's is actually pulling away from Danny. This is something I've never seen before. And someone gaining on Danny is Foten. So into Brooklands, watch out for a move from the top 3. Everyone is staying really close to each other. No overtakes. This is really. Oh. I don't want any comments about that. So currently your biggest move of the race is Ava. I wonder why that was weird. I was on pit stops. And Merrick has fallen down 3 places after starting near the front. So hopefully he'll be fighting back. But someone who's been on point so far is Garrick, sitting in 1st place. And it looks like he is pulling away just slightly. Foten trying to close that gap between Danny and Garrick's. On board with Danny just a bit. He's trying to close down Garrick. Merrick pitting right now. Garrett sets a new fastest lap of 1:37.15. Danny trying to close in that gap any way he can. Garrett has a little bit of lockup. Running a little bit wide. Danny getting right in there. Trying to find the amount of line. He is getting a lot of time. Opens up DRS, not sitting in the wake. But he is gaining a lot of time down the in Brooklands. But Garrett's is just pulling away in every single corner. Danny doesn't have anything to answer. You must think about defending against Foten. Top 3 are running away with this race as you see Alan T 1.5 seconds behind Foten. As this is the battle for top 3, you see Foten actually going really wide out of Cop's corner. Doesn't seem to be losing a lot of time out of there. In Magus Becca's Chapel, top 3 staying really close. Garrick's pulling away just ever so slightly. Down the hanger straight. All of them go. DRS for Danny and Foten as Monster gets an overtake on Assassin. Assassin and Fluffy Dave are having a ding-dong battle right there. Garrick's big lockup. Can't Formula Danny capitalize out of club. He is gaining ever so slightly as Alan T sets a new fastest lap in 4th place of a 1:35.48. Ooh. Danny going extremely wide out of farm. Into arena. Getting really close to Garrett's. Foten almost touching right there. On the straight once again. Danny has DRS. So does Foten. In Brooklands, Danny just being real cautious about his approach. Garrett goes wide. Danny sees a window, but he does not go for the door. As Garrett holds him off. Foten getting really close on the back of Danny. Someone to keep an eye on. Magus Becca's Chapel. Garrett is just nailing this section every single time. Gained 0.3 seconds. The last time a McLaren has actually won a Rapid Racers race was in round 4 of Russia. So if Garrett pulls this off, it will be McLaren's return victory in over 20 races. So McLaren really hoping for Gearx right now. Andrew Seith, the McLaren team boss, I bet is really happy that he made that driver's switch and got Gearx on his team right there. Formula Danny does not seem to be answering at all or gaining any time. The only time he's gaining is on the straights, but in every single corner, it looks like Gearx is pulling away ever so slightly on Danny. But Danny is keeping with them just by not much. Also keeping with them is Fulton, but Fulton looks to be dropping back just by a little bit. Someone just in his own world is Alan T sitting in 4th place. That Mercedes back there, he's probably sitting back there for comfort reasons in case there is a big accident, as Fulton is getting really close on Danny. There may be a move for 2nd place coming up right here. Fulton closing in on Danny. Danny closing it on Gearx, but nothing they can do right there. Look how close Fulton is to Danny. Gonna keep our cameras on Fulton, since it looks like Danny, he's got the eyes on this entire battle in the arena. Danny getting really close to Gearx. Fulton getting really close to Danny. Who chooses that camera? It's a all-way dragway into Brooklands we go. And Danny is just riding Gearx's bumper literally with his front wing. I don't think that's a good way to get clean air, but you know what? You do you, Danny. He is closing in every single lap. Gearx is falling off his pace just by a little bit. That's Formula Danny closing in. What the heck? What's going on right there? Are you okay, man? Into Magus Becca's Chapel. Gearx running on those curbs just a little bit. Danny had to slam all his brakes, keep his car in line, or else he would have gone flying off. Just drag down Hanger into Stowe. Will there be a move? No, sir, no. 6, 7, 8 might be having a battle. This battle's more important. It's for the lead. Yes, Assassin, Fluffy, Dave, and Monster are indeed having a battle, but this is the battle for the lead. It's Formula Danny closing in 0.2 seconds behind Gearx in arena. It's falling out of pace just by a little bit. If this does not change, it will be a battle of the strategies, which will be freaking insane. Who's going to pit first? But Gearx is falling just by a little bit. Danny getting really close on Gearx. This is probably the most intense battle I've seen for the lead in all the F1 Rapid Racers League races. As Gearx is still holding off Danny. Fulton trying to close in on Danny as well. Out of Hanger, straight into Stowe. Danny sitting 0.2 seconds, a quarter of a second behind Gearx. And still no moves from the Hungarian Cobra. No fastest laps have been set from these guys. I think everyone's in a few tight. Oh, Fulton gets a 3-second tap penalty. Danny's going for a move right now down the inside of Arena. But Gearx has also got the inside now. But Danny's going for the switchback. The side by side. Who has got it? It looks like it's Danny. It's Garrix. It's Danny. It's Garrix. It's Danny with the overtake, but Garrix is going to go around the outside in left field. Can Danny hold him off? Yes, he does. Danny. Masterful overtake going into Brooklands. But Garrix is answering back on the exit of Woodcoff. No answer, but he is extremely close. Let's go on board with Garrix. Oh, I would have tried to overtake through here, man. I think he thought the same thing. Got way off the throttle. Has fallen down just by a mile. And he's coming prey to Fulton and Alan T. As now we have a battle going on for second place. Fulton going down the inside, maybe selling a dummy. Slam on his brakes really fast. You saw Garrix moving. Garrix is actually going into the pits right now. Does he have damage? No, he doesn't. And he gets a 5-second stop-go penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Disaster slap for Garrix right there. They'll go on board with Fulton as he's trying to chase down Danny, but somebody else trying to chase down Fulton is his teammate of Alan T. Alan gonna go on board with the defending champion as he's trying to close down second place on his teammate. Danny is starting to pull away from everyone else. Everyone's getting really the same amount of gap going on right now. As Garrix comes out of the pits in 11th place. He's going on the soft tires. Brave move from Garrix. Let me switch our board over to soft tires right now. Onto the tire choice. Strategy is key in Formula One as we're on board back with the leaders. Formula Danny leading the pack through Hanger Straight. And almost everyone is separated by at least a second, but everyone has DRS except for Danny, who is leading off the pack. Will Danny pit? Yes, he does. Will Fulton pit? Yes, he does. Will Alan pit? No, he stays out. And Fulton gets a 5-second stop-go penalty for speeding in the pit lane, but it doesn't look like Danny gets any sort of penalty. As Alan T leads off the field. Disastrous pit for Fulton right there. Formula Danny knowing the pits really well in Silverstone. As it looks like everyone's going for the pits right now. Alan T staying out for the longest as we see more soft tires coming on. Everyone's looking for the 1 stop, maybe a 2 stop, and there's Merrick's on medium tires. Alan T cruising along as Formula Danny is still in the pits. And he has to be 26 seconds. 27 seconds is around the gap that he wants if he wants to stay in first place. Alan T has to. Everyone going back onto the soft tires right now. Alan T, will he pit this lap? Or does his tires still have grip on him? As Formula Danny is in a battle with Garrix once again. Go into the pits battling. Come out of the pits. Back to battling. But someone not involved in that battle as they used to be is Alan T. And Alan T is headed into the pits right now. No drama there. Silent Ace running on the soft tires for Force India. As is now in first place. Give it time. 3, 2, 1. As Silent Ace takes the lead. There we go. Been running on soft tires ever since the start. So he is getting his overcut going. He must be 27 seconds ahead of second place. As Ava sitting on those super soft tires. So we're going on board with Formula Danny. He's trying to chase down Garrix. Garrix first going to the pits. Was first going in there as Tolga's holding him up. Danny may take advantage of the slower traffic. We're on board a glitchy helicopter ride as Garrix is going down the moon and Brooklyn's, and so does Danny make the move. Toga letting by the double. 2 drivers, yes, they're faster than him. He probably knew that, and he just didn't want to hold up this race, as this camera is freaking me the heck out. As Garrix is trying to close, trying to escape from the Hungarian Cobra, but the Hungarian Cobra of Formula Danny is closing in through Maggotts Beckett's Chapel. Getting real close right here, boys. In Hanger Straight, there, front wing the gearbox. He's going around the outside looking for the move and stow. No, sir, no. Getting really close. Will there be move in club? Valen Club? I don't think so. Danny is still fighting for the lead with Garrix. The Silent Ace is leading 8 seconds ahead on those old soft tires. Through Farm and Abbey into Arena. Danny going on the inside. This is where he got the overtake for the lead. No, he doesn't, but he's going for the switchback for another inside. Whoa, getting really close, but Garrix holds him off. Danny went for a gap that may not have existed, but he kept it clean and fair. See Tolga holding DRS on Foten as the battle for second continues through left field. Well, it's the net battle for first. So that's Silent Ace is doing the overcut. Almost side by side out of Woodcock into Cops. Did someone order a train? Because your train has arrived. Next up, Maggotts Beckett's and Chapel. Into the Hanger Straight. Garrix extending his lead just by his slightest bit, but Formula Danny closing in ever so slightly into so. Oh, going really wide on the exit right there. Trying to find as much speed as he can, but nothing he can do. Getting really aggressive on the tires as we're halfway through the race right now. This battle's been going on ever since lap 1, ladies and gentlemen, and I love it. Danny going on the inside of Arena. Will this be the move for the win? No, Garrix shows him the door and says, "Thank you, sir. Now I'm going to close it." As Garrix is still holding Danny off. Silent Ace needs to pit on those old soft tires. Formula Danny going around the outside, and Brooklyn's does not get it, looking for the switchback in left field. No, getting extremely close. Oh, the ace of the left field through Woodcock. Holy crap, Danny. Leave some space for Jesus. Getting extremely close and not finding a way to get around through Maggotts Beckett's Chapel. Foten getting a real bit wild and squirrely on the exit of Chapel, running through the grass just a little bit. Danny looking for the inside, going for the outside move into so. May look for the switchback. Oh, once again getting extremely close to the back end of Garrix. Danny going around the outside. Does Danny get it? Yes, he does. Danny gets the overtake on in Vale and Club around the outside. And now it's Garrix's turn to battle Danny. Danny going down the inside to prepare himself for the door closing maneuver. Garrix going for the switchback. Danny on the inside once again. They almost touch right there, but they're keeping it clean. Danny gets a little bit loose on the exit as Foten has joined the battle. We got a yellow flag in sector 2 and 3, and it's Fez in the wall. Tough for the Toro Rosso right there. All right, back to the action of Garrix, Danny, and Foten. I was expecting them to be on fire. They're spreading out just by a little bit. Gearix holding off Fulton, going extremely wide out of cops, but keeping it in the rules. Formula Danny leading Gearix. This is the net battle for the leads. You see Silent Ace up there on those old softs, losing a lot of time. He may have to pit this lap. Gearix getting really wide, and Silent Ace stays out as Danny still exposing Gearix's line in that dirty air. Gearix pulling away by half a second, falling down half a second to Danny, but someone who's not falling down anytime is Fulton, and Fulton is gaining in arena. So Fulton may be looking for a move. This is the net battle for the lead. Leader has not gone into the pits yet. On board Fulton, he's been watching this battle all day. He's probably been getting a good giggle out of this right now, but he's probably going to go into a battle with Gearix on the exit of Woodcough. Danny going into some strange territory on the track, picking up some marbles maybe on the tires, beefing them up a little bit, giving them a little bit more grip. I don't know, because I'm not the man. Gearix gets really loose on the exit of Maggots. In the Beckett's Chapel, has lost a bunch of time to Danny, but Dan is closing in on Silent Ace. With 10 laps to go, this battle has been going on the entire race, ladies and gentlemen. It's Formula Day sets a new fast lap of 1:29.805. As Formula Danny is trying to close in on Silent Ace. He is the current leader against the net leader. Silent Ace still on those old soft tires. Formula Danny going down the inside. They're side by side, and this is the overtake for the lead. And Brooklyn's and Formula Danny gets the overtake. And is now leading, and he's now going to use for Silent Ace as a doorstop from Gearix and Fulton. Fulton and Gearix are actually having a ding-dong battle. Will Silent Ace be a factor in this battle? No, he goes down. Just dries off and lets him pass. Knows he does not have the pace to keep up with these guys, and he does not have the tires. Oh, Silent Ace is gone. He's popped a tire. No wonder he went down the inside and he didn't have the tires, because he did not literally have a tire. He has got a blown tire on the exit of Cops Corner. Disastrous for the Force India drivers. He's trying to, in his first race for Rapid Racers, he tries to limp his car back into the pits. As Formula Danny is extending his lead from Fulton and Gearix on board Fulton. Who chose this camera angle? Fulton trying to find the better line out of the arena into Brooklands. Sitting in that drag. Gearix does not have DRS, but Fulton does. It's going to be a side-by-side move in Brooklands. But Gearix has got the inside line in left field. Gearix, a master of defending in Silverstone. But can he defend against the boy wonder of Fulton? Fulton nearly front winged the gearbox right there. But nothing he can do. Fulton and Gearix on battle in the Hanger Straight. Trying to close in with DRS. in Stowe corner. Does he have the better line? It looks like he's got the better pace and the better exit. He is still closing in. This is where Danny got the lead the first time in Club and Vale. Cannot fight back. Garrett's just closing off all doors for Foten. Looking for any line that he can in arena to get around Girex. This may be the line getting a little bit of loose. How to counter steer just a little bit to get back in line and keep his car from spinning as they're down on Brooklands with DRS. Girex getting really slow up there in left field. Foten closing in ever so slightly, inch by inch, turn by turn. He is half a second behind, but he can close that in a snap. As the battle for second place is going on, we have a fight between Fluffy Dave and Dave Gaming, the Renault and Toro Rosso. It's Dave v. Dave. Battle for 8th place right now. Dave Gaming is closing in on Fluffy Dave. But Fluffy Dave is pulling away and cannot answer. We'll return back to this battle if it picks up once again, but it looks like it has calmed down as soon as I looked at it. So we're going to go back to Foten and Girex. This looks like Alan T is closing in on these guys as well. May not have DRS this lap, but he has closed in within a second just before, but did not do that in front of the DRS line. So one more lap and this may be a three-man fight for second place. Foten closing in once even more on Girex. Formula Day is putting on a masterclass right now, pulling away 2 seconds ahead of Girex. Girex master defending through Silverstone, so Foten may have a battle on his hands to get past the McLaren. As Merrick has retired from the session. What has happened to Merrick? He's just gone into the pits and retired. Engine issues. Tough race for Merrick. As Foten trying to close in on Girex. The battle for second is still going on. 6 laps remaining. Can Foten get past? Can Alan T close in? He is within a second. Will this be a three-man fight for second place? For the final steps of the podium. Foten closing in around arena, getting really close. Oh, going for a move on the inside of left field. But Girex has closed off the door. Going side by side, almost out of left field into Woodcoff. And the fight still rages on. Foten and Girex having a big battle for second place going on right now. It's Magus Beckus Chapel time. Good time for Foten to close in. Going down Hanger Straight. I want to say thank you to Firehawk and Peace our stream for the new follows, and hello to everyone who's just came down from a hosting. So hello everyone. Glad you're enjoying this battle. I am too. As Foten trying to get around Girex but losing it in Vale. Can he find a better exit in club to get that lead back? But hello, ladies and gentlemen, we have a third player joining this battle. It's Alan T. as he's joining the arena battle. How's everything? Alarizia D1, thank you for the follow as well. Fulton still trying to find a battle in Brooklands and left field. Getting really close. Oh, they almost touch. Oh my goodness, calm down, boys. You got 5 laps to go. Don't get in an actual fight right now. Allenton getting a good show right now as Fulton and Garrix almost hit each other. Through Magus, Beckett's Chapel. Looks like Fulton is getting the better run throughout all these guys. The camera is freaking out just by a little bit. Fulton going really wide out of Stowe. Allen team may take advantage of that. Everyone's on the soft tires. We're going to go back to our position change. Our biggest mover of the race is Ava, moving up 5 places. Starting in last, it is in 10th place. He is in points currently, but Tolga is in battle with him. In arena, Fulton under pressure from Allen as he's trying to give pressure on Garrix. He may have to stop that battle and let Garrix do his thing as Allen is trying to find his way around Garrix. As Allen's trying to find his way around his teammate of Fulton, but Fulton getting really close in left field. Fulton knows left field like the back of his hand as he's been getting really close on Garrix every single lap. But Garrix just knows the track better than he does, as he is still defending from the Boy Wonder. Allen T, 0.3 seconds behind his teammate. Can he make a move and be a monkey wrench in this fight? Fulton leading in that draft with DRS. Out of Stowe, almost riding with his bumper once again. Getting really close, hitting as Allen T is closing in on his teammate. His second, third, and fourth right here, and I love it. Constant battling between these two from start to finish. But will Garrix have enough for 3 laps to hold off 2 charging Mercedes in his McLaren? As Fulton and Allen T closing in on Garrix. No moves in Brooklyn, but once again in left field, will Fulton try to make him die for it? It's getting really close, but no can do. The Mercedes of Fulton has fallen just a little tiny back. Now we saw 1 tire blow out already this race. That was 12 laps of, I believe, 12 to 13 laps of abuse on the softs. There might be a few tire issues going on in the leading pack, because Garrix has been on the soft tire longer than anyone else in the leaders. So may go into some tire management for the win right here in this battle. Big locks, big puffs of smoke from everyone. Somebody that gets a 3-second time penalty right there. Going on board, Fulton trying to close in Garrix, but Allen T is close behind. No can do from anyone. So trying it for the battle in arena. Allen T getting closer to Fulton, inch by inch, turn by turn, quarter by quarter, foot by foot. So there may be a new second place if Allen can hold this up. I honestly don't know with 2 laps to go. We're out left field they go. Fulton closing in on Gearx still, but Gearx just getting the better exit and cops and everything else. Fulton closing in on Gearx through Magus Beckett's Chapel, getting a little bit loose there in Beckett's. On the inside, Chapel just losing a little bit of time, but someone who lost a lot of time in that battle was Allen as well. May have had to slam on his brakes. He saw Fulton getting a little bit loose. The boy wonder still wandering around the track as he goes a little bit wide out of Stowe. Trying to close in on Gearx. 2 laps to go for this battle to come to an end. It's Gearx, Fulton, and Allen T trying to find out who will fill out the rest of the podium, as Formula Danny has pulled off a 4.2 second lead on everyone else. Brooklyn's Fulton closing in, trying an aggressive line into left field. No can do for the boy wonder once again. Their bumper to gearbox. All 3 of them getting really close through cops. Magus Beckett's Chapel, here we go. So we got a yellow flag in Sector 1. Sector 1 has a yellow flag. It's not Danny. Who is it? I don't know where that yellow flag was for. Might just been someone going off track. Might have been Tolga. Probably was Tolga. I may have had a tire wear issue as we are in the last lap, ladies and gentlemen, of the F1 Rapid Racers Round 7 British Grand Prix here at Silverstone. It's been an action-packed race from start to finish, and I don't think it will ever slow down until we get to the finish. There's going to be a last lap mayhem for these final few corners. I don't want to miss it. In left field, Fulton almost touches Gearx once again. Down the old start-finish straight. There's going to be some moves in Magus Beckett's Chapels. You better believe it. Gearx losing it just by a little bit. Fulton also losing it just by a little bit. Allen T lost it just by a little bit. No gains for anyone. This is a drag race down Hanger Straight. I don't want to pull away, but I'm kind of forced to. Because across club and out of the exit, ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the Round 7 British Grand Prix, Formula 80. Yeah, celebration noises. Okay, and there's the finish. Woo-hoo-hoo! Holy crud! What a race! Fulton gets overtaken by Allen T due to time penalties. So here are your finishing positions so far. It's Formula 80, Gearx, Allen T, and the podium with Fulton, Selimar, Monster, Assassin, Fluffy Dave, Dave Gaming, Silent Ace, running throughout the field right now, coming across a club, and out in the finish in 10th place. Some idiot and Ava having a battle, but I believe Ava may got the overtake because some idiot did have a penalty, but no. It says some idiot has finished 11th. Wow, I needed a breather after that. What a race between these three drivers. The Hungarian Cobra stands on top of the podium once again. Congratulations to Formula Danny as he wins another race in a row. With Gearx right behind and Alan T joining the podium with them. Battle from start to finish. What a race. All right. So here are your official classification. Formula Danny, Gearx, Alan T, Foen, at Red Bull Driver, Monster, Selling Water, The Monster, Assassin, Fluffy Dave, Silent Ace, and some idiot, with Ava and Tolga finishing out. We got 2 DNFs as well. Alright, we're going to hop into the post-race room. If you have any questions for any of our drivers, just type them in chat and I will read them out for you. Deal? Deal? Alright.
What?
Yeah, I literally lost grip of my upshift. My finger slipped and I dropped it. 100% my fault, but yeah, it's just so stupid of me. I can't believe it. Nobody else to blame but myself, but so stupid.
All right. What a freaking crazy race we had at the front. It was battles from start to finish. I didn't really see any of you guys that entire race, so but before the winners get into here, Assassin, how was your race?
Bit compromised after some idiots jump start.
I tried to get the hell out of the way as soon as I could. I was trying to race
Yeah,
as
surprisingly,
quickly as I could.
we had a jump start from some idiot and Fez. What happened? Your finger slipped?
Yeah, Fez. Literally, my finger slipped off the upshift. Like I was so focused in, and then just my finger slipped with sweat. 100% my fault. 100% my fault. But I also managed to make Fez jump because he jumped with me. I hate that I made him jump too. I wish it was just me that fucked up.
Did you take a
Yes, I
screenshot from the yeah, good.
That was I hate.
No, from the penalty.
Yeah, I did.
All right.
I did. But I hate myself so much for that because it was so stupid. It was so freaking avoidable.
The winner of the race has joined in, so let's go to Danny because I know he's on his own stream. So Danny, how are you feeling? How was that race for you? Battled from front to the finish until you just overtook Gearx on the final few corners and drove away with it.
Hello guys. Yeah, it was like a sweating race for me because in my room there is about 28 degrees, so like quite realistic to real cars. Okay, not 60 and not 50 degrees, but it's hotter than it's usual. So yes, it was not an easy job because Gearx did an absolutely amazing job as well. Photon and LNC as well, and Marek had a decent pace too, but he damaged his front wing in the second lap, I guess. We had some exciting battles. I had a little bit issue in the quali because of my live stream. I had to restart it, so I couldn't really focus on a fast lap. That's why maybe I lost a few times, but that doesn't take away anything from the pole position. And after I pitted in lap 9, I expected that Gearx will undercut me, but I knew that I have the chance to re-overtake him. And I entered the pit with like 65 km/h, and I got a 5 seconds penalty. But I won by 5 seconds and 68,000 in addition for safety. So I have like no worries, I guess. Yeah, I think congratulations to all who I raced with. It was clean.
All right,
and
thank
I
you for
really
stopping
enjoyed
by
it.
from today. Hopefully we get Gearx in here later, but someone who was in that battle from start to finish, well, he had an eye on the battle for most of the race, and then he got past Footland due to a time penalty. Alan, how was that race? How was enjoying that? Did you get your popcorn out?
Yeah, didn't really get close enough to fight, but I think I had maybe a couple tenths more pace per lap. But well, good race by all drivers. So
all right. Gonna hop by into the results, see who finished. Fulton is not here currently, so I'm gonna have to skip him. Tolga. No, not Tolga. Merrick, how was your race?
Pretty much disastrous. Qualifying was okay, and in the second lap, unfortunately, Photon lagged into me and I lost my front wing. After that, I had to pit, and they didn't change my wing. I had to pit again, and yeah, lap 15, I think, I pitted for super softs just to get the fastest lap, and then I retired.
All right. Yeah, I saw you in the wall, and I was just like, what? Oh, wait, no, you weren't in the wall. Someone else was in the wall. Toro Rosso was in the wall, and you went into the pits and retired, I believe. All right, I'm not going crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, tough race for you. Hopefully, we'll see you next race. Ava, how was your race today?
Was funny, was hot, a lot of fun. Yeah, the 3-second penalty killed me. And sorry, and then on some idiot. Was I a little bit laggy?
Me? No. I thought on the last lap into Woodcut, I thought I hit you, so I let you back through because I saw you had a huge wiggle, and I was like right next to you. So I figured, no, we're already racing for 11th. I might as well just let you back through. It's only fair.
Okay,
All right.
no problem.
Well, hopefully you have a better race next race. Also, someone in their first race with us, I believe you scored points, right, Dave?
Yes,
All right.
it was pretty fun.
How was your race?
It was pretty good. Start, I think Silent had a very, very good start, so I lost the position, but everything went clean. And later in the race, I step by step closed the gap to the other Dave, to Fluffy Dave, and it was clear that one Dave will win that duel. Unfortunately, it wasn't me.
Yes, it was a battle. For
I saw
supremacy
that.
with
I saw that on
Daves.
the leaderboard. I was like, I have to see this. But the battle at the front between the first 4 and 3, everyone, I was just like, I want to watch this just for the meme, but I kind of can't. I saw a little bit though, so I believe y'all were the only ones I covered besides Alan, Danny, Gearx, and Photon that entire race. So if you want to that battle at the front was insane, but glad you had fun. Fluffy Dave, how was your race?
It was an enjoyable race. It's always good to get some points on the board. But to talk you through it, I had a pretty clean start, got bogged down because some of the guys behind made a really good launch. I'm not counting some of the other cars because he jumped the start. But at one point, I think it was lap 2 or 3, I was going 3 wide with the 2 Ferraris. I don't know if you managed to catch it or not, but it was pretty good.
Caught it in the
no incident there.
overhead shot. I just didn't commentate on it because Danny was making a move on the inside.
Yeah, it was good for me. I was able to keep up with the Ferraris of Monster. Then after the first stop, nothing really unusual. Everything went well. I have to mention I have a little bit of lags, but luckily it didn't affect anyone. But on it all, oh yeah, the second part of the race, I thought it was all over. It was just gonna be calm to the flag, but the new Dave was coming for me, and I had to do some defending, and I have to stay consistent because we had similar pace, and yeah, it was a very good race. I enjoyed racing Dave today.
Awesome. Monster, how was your race?
Fucked up. Obviously, my qualifying was compromised by technical reasons, and then on the few laps I managed to drive, I got stuck in traffic, or I had to avoid people. So Gasly Hartley style, you know. Yeah, and then in the race I got blocked by some idiot's jump start, and yeah, from then on it was just chasing down Assassin and Selimona. Was good fun, really consistent. But in the end, not really satisfied.
Well, hopefully
with the
next
results.
race will be better. Silent Ace, how was your race?
Great start on the soft tires. I was able to get ahead of I was stuck between the Ferraris, but then after that, I had a tank slap after the very first straight on the first lap, so I lost like 3 or 4 positions. And then I was like, oh, well, crap. And then I had a good battle with Ava throughout the race. Then I had a puncture, so I was like, crap, I lost everything. After the puncture, I got on mediums by accident instead of the super soft, and could have had much better pace, but at least I was able to salvage a point and get ahead of Ava for that.
All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed your first race with us. I also hope Dave enjoyed our first race with us, and we'll see you guys in next week. But first and foremost, before we go, your favorite driver, ladies and gentlemen, some idiot. You can rant now.
Kill me, kill me, kill me, kill me. Let me talk you through the entire race, or there be it of it. Qualifying wasn't great. I just never put a lap together. I think I definitely had pace to do maybe around where Dave Gaming was. I was thinking about trying to do contra strategy. Well, that didn't matter after I jumped the start. Literally what happened was I had my finger on my upshift pedal, or my upshift paddle, so it's for a clutch. Finger slipped. Fell right off the clutch. Now actually, let me say another thing. Dave Gaming, I didn't even see you the entire race. You were desynced on my screen. When we were on the grid, there was no car in front of me.
Oh,
yeah.
I saw that during formation lap. You were hopping over Dave Gaming, like your cars were merging together.
Oh, I was trying to stay as far away from you as I could. Actually, be honest, I didn't even. I saw. Actually, I think Hector, you spun on Dave Gaming. I saw that and I was thinking, oh, that's not good. That's lag. But yeah, that kind of it put me off a little bit at the start. But I mean, I fucked myself by losing the clutch like I did, and made Fez also jump start. Which fuck, I hate having that happen. If I was gonna do something stupid like that, I just wanted to take myself out of it and nobody else. But that didn't happen. Pace was actually really good. I was matching guys in clean air, so everybody that was battling for the top 5, I had the paces them. I was doing 34s and 35s and 36s in clean air and standard. Like my pace was good, but I just fucked myself in such a way. This is probably the worst track where you want to get a drive through because it's the longest pit delta in F1.
Seconds.
So pretty much gave 27 seconds. There you go. So I was looking at the results and I was thinking with my pace, I could be fighting for P7, P8. But that didn't happen, and well, I got P11. But actually, let me tell one little story before I sign off. So when me and Hector were basically just outside the points, we were trying to figure out how the hell one of us was going to get some points out of it. So he had more extra fuel. I think he had like a lap and a half extra, didn't you?
Yeah, I was on mediums though.
Yeah, but you were still faster than me. So I pretty much came to the conclusion, yeah, you better go ahead and try to see if we can get 1 point out of it for one of us. So we actually tried to make a switch through the entry to Woodcut. And we actually almost crashed because I was trying to go as far right as I could. You had a little bit of an oversteer moment, and I had to get on the brakes really quick to avoid you, but we managed to make it work. And then we both climbed up past Tolga and Ava, and you got some points. I mean, I'm happy for you to get some points, Hector. I wish I could have done the same.
Crazy. To be honest with you, if we both didn't have the accents that we had, I think we would have had some really good points today. And
I think so. But you know
really
what?
Crazy for me to be behind 6 seconds. Both of us, we were behind about 6 seconds, and we caught back up to get at least 1 point. So.
I mean, all I could say is I've got Austria circled on my calendar for this is the race. If I'm going to do something great, it's going to be Austria. So you know what? I've got something to look forward to. I'm going to give it all I got.
I am also looking forward to that. I hope everyone of y'all are looking forward to that, as we will see you next week in Austria.